That snaps for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but
Angel Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
Brandon,
Yeah,
you want one quick question?
we can't ask Rashad question.
Here's the thing on black women and men from the 80s. And then so Dylan Ali just reposted this from what was this from 2020? And they're talking about each other, and essentially they're just saying the same stuff that we say now, bro, on Twitter and stuff.
Of the 80s is that they have lost something.
And it's just like what I think now is women are working more, and like the women are working so more, they're independent and they don't prioritize marriage as much as they used to, and family as much as they used to. They say black men are misogynistic and they're extremely egotistical. They can only think about themselves, and they're intimidated by women who work and have accomplished something independently. And yeah, that's the whole pretty much 2 minutes.
Be their first priority.
How I feel about the women here in the 80s, that they are beautiful, fantastic, and most of them have the jobs. So stick with them.
The male mentality is a little shaky, like weak. But I don't blame the men fully, because there are a lot of dense women out here also.
Well, I think they're more independent now. They look more toward a single life, not really a husband and wife relationship as they used to in the past.
I bring this up, just to point out once again, and Saba did an amazing job of this. Shout out to Elsie. Shout out to Elsie who just did the interview, the sit down interview with Saba. Everybody go check it out right now. You're on YouTube, so you're on the platform. Hold on, I'm gonna pull it up so you guys know where to go and who Elsie is and things of that sort. Elsie. But y'all check this out. Elsie sit down with Saba. It's an hour long and stuff like that. And using a buzzword like propaganda doesn't make you right. Everyone sees the games they play and makes others saying the same thing. So don't invalidate what I'm saying. Hold on. Everyone sees. So don't invalidate what I'm saying without any proof. Where's your proof that they played? Where is your proof? The Atlanta Dream plays dirty. Well, no, I'm not even saying that. No. Nah, bro. Don't use the word thugs with an all black team. Don't use the word thugs to describe an all black basketball team. We're not doing that. We're not doing that here. All right, cool. All right, my bad, bro. I hate seeing the little notifications, like the little red notifications. So, but yeah. Saba, he pointed this exact thing out of nostalgia bait, of just like, oh man, I wish I could be an artist back in the 80s because I didn't have to do reels and TikToks and live streams just to promote my new music. And the reality is you always had to do something. You had to show up on Jay Leno or Arsenio Hall. Like you had to do a media tour. You had to do things that artists didn't want to do. Artists always just wanted to put out music. There were always artists that wanted to, just do that and not do interviews or do something that will make them stand out and have them talked about by the masses and stuff like that. Like it's always been that way. So shout out to LC for that interview. Shout out to Saba, one of the albums of the year. Make sure you go check out his album as well with No ID. And back to this. This is just proof once again that this, like, oh man, 2025, the men are so sassy. 2025, like what happened to real men? Like I see some people complain about this every single day. Men can't even change a tire anymore. I'm so glad my brother and my father helped me change a tire. Well, what are your brother and father? Men can't even change a tire anymore. If it wasn't for my brother teaching me how to change a tire, I would be... Okay, it sounds like a man taught you how to change a tire. You know what I'm saying? It's this nostalgia baiting that just makes it like, oh, the old times are just so much better, and these times are just so bad, and this is just so worse. And the reality is, no, it's not, bro. It's not, bro. It's not, bro. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Okay. He called my girls a thug team because everyone is black. See, today sees it. Just censoring the N word because he can't type it. Yeah, exactly. Today, you feel it. I see today. Look. Hey, look at me and today agreeing on something, y'all. Look at me and me and today getting together today, man. Hey, you know what I mean? That is a hey. Screenshot this moment. That's a moment in time. Look at us agreeing on something. It hold on. I got this stat too. Cause we agreeing a little too much today. Hold on. I got this stat that I need to read out, but before I continue on. Ryan Howard this past weekend shot 2 of 18 from 3-point range. Okay, we will get back. She said today said she did. But also like what today was saying, she was like, listen to coach. She had the responsibility of dribbling, and she also takes on like the top defensive assignments, everything. All right, anyways, we talking about this. Yeah, nostalgia bait is literally just that. It's just bait, bro. Like the more you study and the more you look at like, and that's why I think documentation and journalism is so important, because I look at a lot of like old shows and like old coverage and stuff, in old interviews especially, because there's so many people that's like, yo, like the interviews with these athletes now, like I wish we could go back to the days of Muhammad Rashad. And I look at the greats, right, like the greats interviews, just to see how stuff is different, right? And it ain't much different from the interviews I see and do right now. Like it ain't that much different. It ain't nothing special about it. It just happened 40 years ago. So you want to call it like the greatest thing ever, and like this was the golden age. And it's the same stuff. It's the same stuff we see right now, bro, just in a different form. So, anyways, I say all that to say nostalgia bait, I think, is dangerous. Is it dangerous? No, I don't know if it's dangerous, but I do think it's detrimental, and it's a distraction from you to like fully immerse yourself in kind of the blessings and the greatness that is today. And from that, I feel like you're robbing yourself of the pleasures and the I don't know, of just living a fulfilling life, because you're constantly looking at like, dang man, 5 years ago, like 2016. Like I told in the solo interview, I was there in 2016. People were also complaining about what was going on in 2016. I remember, I always think about this. The Manny Pacquiao Floyd Mayweather fight finally happened. They talked about it for like 8 years, darn near a decade, since 2008. And it happened maybe 2015, 2016. When it happened, people who don't watch boxing, but people who just like knew that it was the most hype fight in all of boxing, were complaining that it was boring because Floyd Mayweather is a defensive fighter. And I'm like, you guys don't watch Floyd Mayweather? Yeah, he's always been a defensive fighter. And people were complaining about that they won it for so long. And I'm like, oh, people complain about everything, bro. At that point, that's when I realized people complain about everything. So people were complaining in 2016. Now 2016, the greatest thing ever. They don't want to go back. All right, bro, whatever.
That's for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but
Angel Rashad Milligan rolling out.
Yeah, we can't ask Rashad a question.
Hey, Rashad.